arrival, Mr. President, marks yet another historic turning point.
It was Xi Jinping's first state visit to the U.S. And naturally, the Chinese president's time in America was a media frenzy in the United States and around the world.
Xi's first state visit could set the tone of U.S.-China diplomatic relations for years to come.
Business leaders, government officials, and scholars spoke highly of Xi's visit.
Well, he showed the people in Seattle that he's very pro-business, and going out to all these different businesses and getting to know the U.S. CEOs from those companies, I thought was very impressive.
I think that anytime you increase the amount of communication between the presidents of any countries, but especially of China and the United States, I mean, that's got to be positive. And I think he did a good job while he was here.
From our opinion, everything is about people and relating to people. And I really think that that's the most important thing, is that the Chinese people and people from the United States understand one another, develop good, strong relationships, and those are the things that last.
Our experience so far in China has been so positive. We think we've been treated sort of fairly.
Xi Jinping also visited UN headquarters in New York on the occasion of the 70th anniversary of the establishment of the world body. During his 3-day stay, he spoke at a series of summits, including the UN Sustainable Development Summit, the High-Level Roundtable on South-South Cooperation, the Global Leaders Meeting on Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment, and the UN General Debate. Ranging from global peace and development to women's rights, President Xi pledged China's support in a number of areas. China watchers say his policy announcements and proposals were welcomed by the international community.
It signals China's views of the world as in a way to engage others.
I think what he's calling for is a global change in attitude to the way things are to be done. Essentially thinking in a positive way and calling for an element of trust and goodwill.
I think that, of course, China has a lot to contribute to the developing countries because it has been one of the most successfully performing developing countries back from the end of the 70s.
We are very appreciative of all what President Xi has said. I think this is very important because China has been extending very good support for developing countries. We know when China says something, they will definitely do it, and we really appreciate this sort of statement at the United Nations.
I think it's a very important call from President Xi.
Xi Jinping's many announcements on climate change during the last week, but also last year, are really a huge source of hope. Right? This is a game-changing moment.
I think in the world we're moving into, it's becoming increasingly clear that no country can simply look after its own national interests without thinking about issues across boundaries.
China has always paid attention to the interests of developing countries, especially African countries. When the Ebola virus crisis broke out, China sent medical treatment and assistance teams to Africa, which shows the responsibility China is obliged to take as a developing country.
Your commitment to promoting gender equality deserves recognition as we continue this significant, even crucial task to fight inequity.
It's definitely a really step in the right direction for China to be thinking in terms of not just saying it for the sake of it, but taking leadership to begin to demonstrate what needs to happen to improve the lives of women and girls.
We should renew our commitment to the purposes and principles of the UN Charter, build a new type of international relations featuring win-win cooperation, and create a community of common destiny for mankind.
打造人类命运共同体。